Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. So, today we're going to be doing a viewer voted on reading, and it's going to be signs your twin flame sends you to communicate. So, this could be a twin flame, divine counterpart, soulmate. Just make it fit for the label that you use. But again, it could be divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, high level soulmate, whatever it is that you believe in. And it's just what signs do they send you when they want to communicate with you? And we're also going to be getting some messages that they may have for you at this time. So let's get started. We have three piles. Pile number one is going to be this pink and I guess a fuchsia little flower here. Pile number two is this black flower, and pile number three is this blush pink flower. So take a few minutes to ground center yourself, ask your angels, guides, higher self, whatever it is that you believe in, work with, which pile has a message for you, and let's jump right into the reading. Hello, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this beautiful flower. It's like a very light pink and then like a fuchsia pink. So we're going to put that off to the side, and we are looking at signs your twin flame, divine counterpart, soulmate sends you to communicate with you. And we're going to start by looking at the two people in this connection. So we have person number one, person number two. Before we get started, reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you don't identify with this person or that person, it's probably not the reading for you, and that is okay. So let's take a look at who we have here first. We have Innocence with the Firefly. Very interesting. All right, let's take a look at person number two. And for person number two, we have Independence. And then we have Gazelle. Very interesting. This is a reading for twin flames, right? Twin flames, what are the signs that are being sent to you when this person is trying to communicate with you? What's interesting is it's almost like the Gazelle should go with the Innocence card and the Independence card should go with the Firefly. But that kind of goes to show just how much in common you do have, but at the same time you have differences, similarities, a lot of polarity here between these two people. So let's talk about Innocence and Firefly. This is someone who views the world in a it's almost like a childlike manner to this person. This is someone who's very connected to the inner child. This could be someone who's very creative, very much in tune with what it means to be lighthearted, with what it means to have fun, to be able to let loose, to, for some reason, for the Firefly Innocence person, I'm getting that they could very much be into dancing, singing, something about music and dancing and body movement. This is also someone who's constantly on the go. They're constantly moving. They're constantly looking for the next adventure. They're constantly looking for the next place that they're going to visit. I do feel my Innocence Firefly person does enjoy to travel. This is someone who enjoys to explore new things, adventure, kind of, trying out new things. I'm also getting someone who enjoys trying out new foods is coming in very strongly. And this is someone who's very much in tune with their emotions, but they don't like to go too deeply into those emotions. They kind of like to keep things surface level, and that's okay, but that's coming in very strongly, kind of that surface level. They're not really looking too deeply into what they're feeling, but they definitely do feel things strongly. They are definitely someone who is in touch with the emotions, and they can be, with the Firefly there, they can be a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to be, but those are coming in strongly. I'm also getting the water signs strongly for that pile. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and I'm getting some air signs there as well with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So a lot of people represented, thought I would mention it, but you don't have to be one of those signs for it to resonate with you. But My firefly person is someone who's very inspired, someone who gains inspiration by spending time with others. My firefly innocence person can also be someone who enjoys knowledge, enjoys learning, someone who, for some, this is someone who writes. This is someone who, and for some reason I keep getting music, songs, so it could be a songwriter, but it could be someone who just writes or likes to express themselves through writing, poetry, stories, just journaling, something about writing and kind of working with the hands. My firefly innocence person could be someone who also, for some of them, this could be like one or two people, but I'm getting tattoos. Whether it's they have tattoos or they are a tattoo artist, that's coming in for some reason. But let's talk about the gazelle independence person because there are many similarities here between both people, but there's some differences about the way that they go about things. I feel my gazelle independence person is not as sociable because I feel like the firefly innocence person, they kind of go around and they make friends. They connect with people. They're able to, build connections. They can talk to just about anyone. They're very outgoing. I feel my gazelle independence person is a little bit more introverted, and this is someone who enjoys freedom, who enjoys doing their own thing, but they kind of like to do it in an independent way. Um, with the gazelle here, a lot of creativity for both. That's coming in. Both people are very creative. Both people are constantly looking for something else, for more. They're looking to expand. They're looking for the next thing that is going to capture their attention and capture, their very creative mind. Because their mind is constantly going, it's constantly moving, it's constantly evolving, and my gazelle person, independence person, enjoys kind of doing things on their own. It is that energy of um almost wanting to explore the world, but again, the way that they go about it is a little bit different because one of them is more on the I'm ready to connect, while the other is more of I want to do this on my own and I kind of want to explore, but I want to make sure that I am in a place where I feel safe. And for my gazelle independence person, that safety comes from being alone. And the gazelle person is very perceptive. This is someone who can view life from different perspectives, someone who is very aware, because when we think of the gazelle, we think of awareness, right? They have to be aware of their surroundings if they want to survive. And someone who is very, I want to say my gazelle person is very sensitive. It could be someone who's clairsentient, someone who receives guidance through feelings, someone who tends to overanalyze at times. So again, it's similar energies, but the way they go about things is rather different. For some of my gazelles, there could be some sort of I almost get that something flares up. So it could be some sort of autoimmune here where something is flaring, or it could be like an allergy to something, or it could be just the anxiety that comes up from time to time. Because I do feel that my gazelle person kind of struggles with anxiety, and that's part of the reason where they kind of like to do things on their own, and they need that time to recharge themselves. And my gazelle person can learn from the firefly person how to be more grounded. And it's interesting because it's fire and earth, but the one that seems more grounded to me as far as being able to be in the present moment and relax into that present moment is my firefly, where the gazelle feels like there's a lot of anxiety there, sometimes sleepless nights, kind of overthinking, overanalyzing what could be, what's happening, and what's going to happen. But let's take a look at the energies here. What signs does this person send to you when they want to communicate? We have the 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. There's that anxiety. Queen of Wands. Then we have the World. Nine of Swords again. Okay, so now we have double Nine of Swords here. And Page of Swords. So a lot of connection to the mind here. A lot of connection to the mind. So let's talk about, let's start with the Seven of Swords. So for my pile number ones, when your person wants to connect with you, they, I really feel for this pile specifically, they try to communicate with you. They send you signs through your sleep at nighttime or when you are meditating. This could come through the dream state. This could come when you are meditating. This could come when you are sitting still. There's kind of this energy of stillness, and that's when those signs start to come in. And for some of you, because I feel like a lot of my viewers are going to be the gazelle person. You may struggle with anxiety. You may struggle with insomnia where you can't sleep, you can't really relax. And that tends to bring up anxiety around, is this connection over? Are they trying to communicate with me? Do they care? There's almost an element of overthinking that prevents the messages, the signs from coming in. But a lot of this is telepathic. A lot of this is kind of almost a download. And what is a download? Some information that's kind of given to you where you are in a relaxed state, and next thing you know, you just kind of have this inner knowing, this information of, that's what that means. Okay, I know that this is true. And for some of you, you tend to question that. Now, my pile number ones, this person definitely sees you as someone who's independent, who's doing well. And I know that there is kind of this sense of anxiety here, but I really do feel for my pile number ones, your person does think that you are doing well. And I think that you do a very good job of showing a very well put together front out into the world, even when that's not what you're feeling. Because you do come across as very graceful, very put together, very much aware of who you are and what you want in this world. And I really think that your person's higher self communicates with you very easily. And I think that you receive it, but you question it. You don't trust it. You don't feel like you can trust what you're getting. You don't feel like that is, it's not true. It's just made up in your mind. For some of you, you receive messages through media. So, for example, you could be reading something, writing something, you could be watching something, you could be listening to music. You know what? I did get music for this pile. Some of you, when you're listening to music and it seems like the lyrics are talking to you, or maybe you're listening to an audiobook and it feels like it's talking to you, that's how your person communicates with you. I'm also getting when you're outside and you see a bird. For many of you, it's going to be a crow or a hawk. I'm seeing a cardinal as well. That is your person's higher self sending you communication. For some of you, it's a deer that you may see. But for most of you, it's going to be some sort of animal that can fly. And it's when you are out, like it may be that this animal is flying over your car, or you're walking. Some of you walking a dog, and this animal is just like flying over you, and they may be calling out to you as well. Where you come outside, it's quiet, and then next thing you know, you can hear like a crow, or you can hear some sort of bird making noise or cawing, and it seems to get louder and louder when you're outside. And when you look up, you can kind of see that bird there. That's part of the signs that you receive when your person is trying to communicate with you. For others of you, it's through like television, movies, something along those lines, where you may be watching something, and next thing you know, it sounds like that it applies to you. Let's take a look at what else we have. So we have here 6th house routine. And we also have moon with soul. Yeah, this person communicates through the emotions as well. So if you are feeling emotional, this person's higher self may come in and they may say, that's when these messages come in. It's when you are feeling anxious, when you are feeling overwhelmed for most of you that this person's communication comes in. Because I think that right now there is separation, there is a sense of each person is doing their own thing, or you may not have even met this person yet for some of you. So apply it as it resonates, but it's definitely coming in when you are feeling overwhelmed, when you are feeling alone, when you are feeling like there's no one out there for you, or like this is done and over with. This is also coming through your routines, and it's very interesting because I did see someone like walking a dog, and I said, maybe when you're walking a dog, you may see a bird out there. Or maybe you're watching your regular TV show and you hear a message and it feels like it's resonating for you. It's going to feel like it's almost speaking to you. Or a song comes on and it feels like it's answering what you've been wondering. That is how your person communicates with you. And for some of you, you really haven't met this person yet. Which, when I set out to do this reading, I didn't think of that possibility. So it's interesting that that message is coming in because I thought it was going to be, someone that you already knew, that you already connected with. But for some of you, not everyone, not many of you, but for some of you, you don't know who this is. And this is their higher self coming in to communicate before you even meet them. Let's see one of the messages that they may have for you. Magical powers, I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secrets to me now show. Yeah, it's that energy of knowing, right? There's a lot of air sign energy to this, a lot of Mercury energy to this. And the air signs are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to be one of those signs, but I really do feel that energy there, especially with all of the birds, because I'm seeing a lot of birds for this pile and for the signs as part of the signs that you get. And we also have the Nine of Swords twice. For some of you, this person is trying to communicate with you when you are especially anxious, when you are feeling like there's no way out, when you are feeling alone, when you are feeling sad. This is when they're coming in. And this is whether you know them or not, that they're kind of coming in to give you a message of all is well. So for some of you, what you are receiving as far as messages is almost encouragement, or, messages of you are lovable, you deserve this, we will meet. For some of you, I really do feel someone here listens to either a podcast or audiobooks, and it feels like those books talk to you from time to time. Like you may be listening, but you're kind of tuning out, and next thing you know, something is said, and it sounds like it's being said right to you instead of as part of the story that you are listening to. Let's see the numbers that we have here. So first we have 74 with nature. Yeah, pile number one. For many of you, this is coming in through nature, through animals, through Mother Earth, through you being outside is where most of these communications are coming in as well. So for some of you, again, you're going out, you're driving, you may see something following you, or you may be in the car when you're listening to the radio, or you're listening to music, or you're listening to a podcast, an audiobook, and that information comes in. Or you're going for a walk. Again, for many of you, you may just be walking your dog, or you may be going out for a walk to clear your mind. And that's when you start to see kind of the animals and you start to receive the messages. Because I feel like some of you are, going for a walk or going for a run while listening to something. A lot of audio stuff happening for this pile. And 78, spiritual career. And for some of you, you may be seeing 777. Could be 444 or 888. But those numbers are standing out, or those numbers could be of significance to you. With spiritual career here, for some of you, you're undertaking a spiritual career where you are able to use your spiritual gifts, your magical gifts. You could be a tarot reader, energy healer. You could be a coach. You could be doing something that's not necessarily spiritual, but you're putting a spiritual spin on it. And this person is encouraging you to do that. And they are meant to come in at some point once you have done that. It's almost like for some of my pile number ones, there's space for you to accomplish something before you meet this person or before you reconnect with this person. Take that as it resonates, because it's not going to resonate for everyone. Let's see what we have here as far as twin flame messages. Hesitation, past heartbreak, broken trust, afraid to move forward. For some of you, I keep getting this message. Like I said, when I went to do this reading, I was thinking of people who already knew who their person was. But I am getting this message now, and it keeps coming in, and I keep getting this. Especially with the 2 Nine of Swords, it makes sense. Some of you have not met this person, and the 9 of Swords is your fear. Wanting to meet someone, wanting to connect with someone, and being afraid to do that because of the past, because of past heartbreak, because of everything that you've been through, because of relationships that you have seen unfold in your life. And the messages that are coming in, that's why they're also so encouraging, because it's almost this person's higher self encouraging you to move forward. Encouraging you to keep moving forward, not only in your own life, but opening up to love. And for many of you, it feels like this is the higher self. Because I kind of kept it open as to, is it the higher self or is it the person that's trying to communicate? And for many, like for most of you, it feels like this is the higher self coming in. Loss of self and identity, discover your true self again. Yeah, it's almost like that this person is encouraging you to reconnect to yourself and to who you are and to what matters, and encouraging you to follow your dreams, especially with spiritual career, because some of you are meant to have a spiritual career in this lifetime. And then we have karmic partner, conventional relationship, duty bound by societal conventions. Yeah, for some of you, you came out of something with a karmic, with someone that was meant to teach you lessons and you were meant to teach them lessons, something that perhaps was not meant to be long term. And remember, karmic partners are not good or bad. They're just part of the lessons we are meant to learn. But for some of you, someone from the past hurt you and it's making you hesitate. There was a lot of loss, a lot of heartbreak, even betrayal for some of you. And you want to connect with someone, but you're not so sure. And that's why this person's higher self is coming in, because it's the person that you're meant to meet at some point. For others of you, the karmic partner was the twin flame or was the divine counterpart, the soulmate, and you did learn some lessons and they've had the opportunity to grow and evolve. Also, when I say that, make sure that you can see the growth and evolution of this person, right? If you talk to someone and they sound like the same exact person that you had a lot of loss, a lot of heartbreak with, then they probably haven't grown. Remember, this is a general reading. But for some of you, this person has grown and they have evolved and they've seen past their ways and they're kind of sitting back a little bit, allowing you to do your thing. For some of them, they may keep an eye on you through social media if you know who this is. But I feel like it's a half-half split. Like, I feel like some of you really don't know who this is yet. Let's see what we have with the oracle cards here. Fork in the road, yeah. Time for a nap. Okay. With fork in the road and time for a nap, for some of you, you're kind of at a crossroads. Which way do I want to go? What do I want to do? Do I want to open myself up? That's the hesitation. Do I want to connect with someone? Do I want to connect with this person if you know who this is? Do I want to trust them again? And this person's higher self is it's close, but it's also giving you space to realize what it is that you want and to kind of take a break so that you can realize what it is that you want. And for some of you, you're going through a spiritual awakening. You're going through a dark night of the soul where you're having to kind of face, who am I? What it is that I want? Am I ready to connect to someone or to this person that I know? 24 coming in very strongly. Someone was born on the 24th of a specific month. Could be March, June, or September 24th is coming in strongly. Or something is happening on the 24th of one of those months. And 24 or 2 plus 4 is also 6. And this is 2022 is a 6 universal year, which is all about connections. The 6th year typically has the opportunity for a relationship to blossom or to start or to move to the next level. See what we have with the romance angels. Children, your love life is being affected by children. For many of you, this is the inner child. This is the inability to trust. The inability to relax, to look at this, the dogs. I just noticed there's dogs here. Dogs are loyalty, faithfulness, right? Honesty, trust. Because what are dogs able to do? They're able to trust and love unconditionally. And they have faith. Unconditional faith in their owners and in humans. And then look at this, deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And I feel like if you know who this was, there was some deception. But for some of you, this deception is deception with self. Not being able to be honest with yourself about what it is that you want, about your fears. For some of you, you are ready to connect to someone, but there's fear. And I keep feeling that my viewer is the gazelle person. And gazelles are, they're used to running, right? Because life has taught them that they have to run, that they have to protect themselves, that there's a lot of danger out in the world. So for some of you, the deception is, I am ready to connect, but are you really? For others of you, if you know who this person was, the deception could be, there was some deception in the connection and you're still holding on to that, and that is absolutely okay, and that is absolutely up to you. But if you want a new beginning, you may have to open yourself up to trusting this person, or at least giving them a try. Abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. For some of you right now, it's more about work life. And you've been focused on your abundance. You've been focused on your career, on projects, on a business. And that area of your life is going well. Decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. If you know who this is, it's time to start to make choices. What do you want? Give yourself the time to figure that out and move forward with confidence in yourself. Also, if you don't know who this person is, it's time to decide if you want a relationship or not, if you want to open yourself up or not. And there's no right or wrong answer. This relationship can stand the test of time, stability. But the person that's trying to come in for you is saying, we can make it. We can absolutely make it. There can be stability here. It's up to you what you want to do, though. Now, I picked these 3 cards to kind of look at messages from your person's higher self to you. This will not resonate with everyone, so keep that in mind. First message is you need to protect your energy. Absolutely. And for my pile number 1s, with these 9 of Swords, taking care of your energy, setting boundaries, self-care, self-nurturing, doing what's right for yourself. We are mirrors to each other. Yeah, absolutely. For this pile, absolutely. We saw that with the cards that represented each person. It was absolutely mirroring back to one another. It was like perfect mirrors. And when that's the case, it can be very hard to connect. It can be very hard to move forward. Because it's someone who's mirroring back at you exactly who you are. And it's making you face parts of yourself that you may not even be ready to face. And then finally we have, it's an honor to share this journey with you. I absolutely love that card. And I feel like you're both going through similar things. And for this specific pile, the message that came in was from the higher self. I really do want to say that, because that message was definitely from the higher self. Because I kept it open to, was it the higher self or was it, the human self? And this was definitely the higher self connecting. So for some of you, you haven't met them yet. You will be meeting them. Feels like it's going to be on the 24th of a specific month, or there's something important about the 24th. But pile number one, that is all I have for you. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this black flower. We're going to place that right off to the side there. And as a reminder, it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we're going to start by looking at the two people in this connection, because we're looking at, messages, signs your twin flames sends you when trying to communicate with you. So we're going to look at, who are the two people in this dynamic. So let's start with this person on the left here, and we have the fragile thread with the unicorn. Okay, very interesting so far. The unicorn is one of the one of the animals that represents spirit in this deck. So also a mythical creature, very interesting. A lot of healing properties for the unicorn. Let's take a look at person number two. The actress with the dolphin. Okay. Pile number two, both of these energies are very healing. The unicorn and the dolphin are both very, very healing energies. Both of them can be healers. It was said that the unicorn's horn was very healing, and it had very strong healing properties. So it was said in mythology that humans would hunt unicorns to cut the horn off and use it for healing. So far very interesting. But let's talk about the person on the left first. So the person that is represented by the unicorn and the fragile thread. So with the unicorn showing up here, a lot of healing, a lot of intuitive insight, someone who's very spiritual. I would say both of these people are very spiritual. But going back to the unicorn, very spiritual, very sensitive. My unicorn person would be probably an introvert. At the very least, this is someone who requires time away to kind of regroup, regenerate, re-energize themselves. With the unicorn here, a strong connection to the inner child, and a strong connection to the emotional self and magic. My unicorn person would be someone who's very spiritual, someone who may identify as a witch, wizard, sorceress, sorcerer, something along those lines. Someone who has a very strong understanding of magical workings, someone who understands the law of attraction, someone who understands esoteric knowledge, and someone who has the ability to connect to esoteric knowledge at a deeper level. And the unicorn person, I'm kind of getting this with the fragile thread here. Someone who may struggle with trust. Someone who may struggle with trusting others, but also trusting themselves. Trusting the universe. Trusting that things are going to unfold in the correct way, or in the way that they're supposed to. Kind of that energy of, can I let go? Can I release? Or do I have to kind of try to control the way this is going to work out? Because the unicorn is already sensitive. And now we have that fragile thread there. And that kind of speaks to pain. It speaks to that possibility of heartbreak, right? And also experiencing heartbreak. And sometimes the strongest, the most natural healers have a past that required them to learn healing for themselves because they've been through a lot. So this is someone who tends to know that there's more out there to life, that there's more to, belief systems, that perhaps, that magic is real. But at the same time, there's a part of them that really doubts that. I almost get someone with strong air and earth signs for my unicorn person, where it's like they want to believe, but at the same time they're kind of grounded, or they start to overthink. So air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Earth signs would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And with the unicorn here, the third eye is very important. The third eye is the most active chakra for this person. So sometimes that can kind of play against them, right? Because the third eye is, it can be intuition, it could be guidance, it could be clairvoyance, but it can also kind of lead to an overactive imagination of what could happen, and what could happen isn't always the best thing, right? So that overactive imagination there, that overactive mind. But my unicorn person has a very strong connection to the higher self and to spirit. This person struggles when it comes to feeling boxed in. This is probably not someone who does well in like a 9 to 5 job. There's a lot of imagination there that's ready to be explored and used. And that's not always going to be the case when it comes to traditional forms of work. So I am getting that for my unicorn person. Let's talk about this dolphin actress person. So the dolphin is also a very healing energy, but it's more lighthearted than the unicorn in a few ways. The dolphin is very playful. The dolphin is more of an extrovert, and I do feel that this is kind of my introvert. This would be my extrovert here. Obviously, take it as it resonates. That's not going to be true for everyone, but that's kind of the general consensus. And there's a lot of sensitivity with the dolphin, right? Because of the way that they communicate. For the dolphin, communication, throat chakra, very important. Being able to communicate with others. For this dolphin actress person, the water signs, very important. So we're talking Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. You don't have to be if you identify as this person, or they don't have to be if you know who this is, but those energies are coming in strongly. And with the dolphin here, this is someone who enjoys talking, connecting with other people, learning, someone who enjoys, sharing their story, someone who enjoys a good laugh. I feel my dolphin actress person is someone who can put on a show for others to make them feel good. This is the person that's always making someone laugh. But in reality, my dolphin actress person is not always, they haven't had the easiest of lifetimes. They haven't had the easiest of, experiences. So even though they enjoy making others laugh, and they may come across as a comedian, or for some, a few, it could be someone who actually is a comedian, they do struggle with their own feelings and with feeling happy, and with reaching a point of contentment and joy, because sometimes life feels very heavy, and that's why this person tries to make it lighthearted for everyone else. And my dolphin is very spiritual, just like my unicorn person, but I feel like the dolphin is able to go about it in a different way. I feel that the unicorn tends to overthink it, overanalyze it, try to understand everything, and the dolphin is more all about the experience, learning how to be in the experience and be present in that present moment and enjoy things as they unfold. I don't think my dolphin is aware of their own healing power. It feels like this is someone who's very healing for others, but they're not quite aware of their own healing powers. Let's take a look at the signs here for the communication, right? What signs this person is sending your way. So first we have 10 of Pentacles. Some of you, when you go out, or when this person is trying to communicate with you, there are like couples or families or some sort of dynamics where there's two people involved and it's their connection that is very inspiring for you. That came in right away. Page of Wands. This person connects to you and sends you sign through your third eye, through your imagination. Also, this person connects, for some of you, if you work out, this person connects with you while you are working out. That's when they send messages. They send messages when you are active, when you are open to receiving, when you're kind of not going through the motions. Six of Pentacles, yeah. This is all about when you are feeling balanced, they come in. When you are also feeling imbalanced with this Tower here, because we have the Tower showing up there. Let's see what else we have. Queen of Wands, let's put her here. And Chariot. Okay. For my pile number twos, this person communicates with you when you are on the go, when you are moving, when you are taking action. They send you signs when you are taking action, when you are, this is really active, right? We have Page of Wands, the Chariot, we have Queen of Wands and Tower. All of those are very active cards. I feel that this person sends you signs through nature, through the outdoors, through kind of other people as well. It feels like you may sometimes be minding your business, walking down the street, and you may notice something. Whether it's a person, a couple, you may notice animals, you may notice maybe a tree, something. It feels like it's something that catches your attention when you're on the go. For someone here, when you are walking, you notice something about, there's something about trees that's coming in. It could be leaves, flowers, it could be the tree itself, it could be a carving on a tree that you notice. That's how your person communicates with you. This person also communicates with you when you are in your element of creativity, because you are a very creative person. Whether you are the unicorn or the dolphin, you are very creative. So when you engage in your creativity, this person comes through. This person also comes through to communicate with you and to kind of guide you, because it feels like it's their higher self and they're communicating with you, but they're also kind of guiding you when you are working on your life purpose, on that which inspires you, on that which keeps you going, on that which kind of makes you feel joyful, happy, and it makes you feel passionate about something. For some of you, you're very passionate about plants, animals. You could be passionate about children as well. Some of you could work with children, because we do have the unicorn and dolphin here. Some of you may take on acting on the side. This is only for one or two of you. This person's higher self communicates with you while you are acting. Someone has a pet cat, and this person communicates with you through that cat. I'm getting a calico. Take it as it resonates. It could be a different type of cat, but what I am getting is a calico cat. But most important is that they come through when you are in the middle of taking action steps towards what you want to create. You are on the go, on the move. For some of you, it's when you are working out that keeps coming in. Because I just noticed this to me was where I got the workout message, but I'm seeing it here as well, and here with the Chariot, and even with the Tower. Also, when you're feeling a little bit out of control, when you're feeling like you need some balance, a message from this person's higher self comes in. It feels like they're a very grounding energy for you. For some of you, you do know this person. For others of you, you have not met them yet. Let's see what else we have with astrology here. Leo, I will. Yeah, it's that actions, right? Because Leo is all about action. I will take action, I will do. Movement. Confidence as well. This person comes in when you need a boost of confidence. For some of you lately, you've been kind of taking care of yourself. And it could be through exercise, and you've kind of been feeling very confident, and your self-worth is going up, and their messages are coming in then as well. For some of you, you know who this person is, and they are actually reaching out to you when you are in alignment with your purpose, with your higher self, when you are taking action towards the things that matter. Then we have Pluto transformation, yeah. And we have Pluto and we have the Tower. So when you shake things up, when you do things that are meant for you, when you are fearless, when you are courageous, they come in. Because the Chariot is choosing who you are going to become, taking action to become that person. See here one message that they often have for you. True love come to me. True love shall come to me. As I do will, so mote it be. Yeah. For some of you, if you know this person, they definitely know that you are their true love and that they are yours. It's almost that energy of perhaps you're both giving each other space to get to where you need to be. It feels like for this connection here, you need to be in a specific place where you are on the way to meeting your purpose, to feeling satisfied, fulfilled for yourself, before this can come together, whether it's come together for the first time and you don't know them, or come together in the sense of coming back together, reunion, because it feels like both people are working through their own healing, and there are some steps to take on your own before this kind of unfolds together. Eight could be a number that you've been seeing, or it could be 1111, but I'm getting eight, so 888 or 1111 or just 111. But with the number eight, Saturn energy here, right? Which is a good energy to manifest, but it's not the easiest energy to manifest with. Let's see what numbers we have here for you. Yeah. Yeah, pile number 2, healing. Both of you are healers. Both of you are here to heal, to work on your healing. And obviously, this is not about reaching a point of perfection where you are completely healed. We are humans. That's not going to happen. There's always something that's going to come up. But there is a certain point of healing that needs to be reached so that you both have time, space, and the maturity to deal with one another. And then we have effort here with 1 plus 3, 4. So effort with 13 or 4. 13 is also a number of karma. So a lot of you are working on clearing some stuff out, on healing, on creating space, and on creating foundations there with that 4. And any time that you are putting forth effort, that you are putting forth your willpower, is when this person tries to connect with you. I feel like if you know who they are, they really pop in when you are doing your thing. Like you're in your element, you're not thinking about them, you're taking care of yourself, what it is that you want to manifest, and then they'll message you. Or a sign will come in from them, whether it's from the person or the higher self. But for some of you, it's definitely a message that you receive. Let's take a look at what we have with the twin flame cards here. Spring. Your love is blooming. Your answers arrive in spring. And we're kind of close to spring as I'm filming this, because I'm filming this January 2022. It is timeless, but that's when I'm filming. Rise above. Drama, obstacles, pettiness. Find the strength to rise. And that's when this person comes forth. That's when this person really connects with you. When you are rising above the drama, the pettiness, when you are taking care of yourself, not thinking about, anyone else, worrying about yourself, doing what needs to be done, not because you want to teach anyone anything, but because, or you want to show someone something, but because you're doing it for yourself. And receive, open-minded, abundant, ready. It's time to receive. Some of you may enjoy strawberries. Again, that spring energy there. For my pile number 2s with receive here, when you are not thinking about it, when you are not overthinking it, when you're not devoting your energy to thinking about this person, that's when they pop in, that's when they send the signs, and that's when they communicate with you, because you're more receptive. Also, when you focus on that abundance, right? When you're focused on yourself and on what matters to you. Let's see what we have here. New life, yeah. For some of you, there's a new beginning here, where you're focused on creating something new for yourself, on something that's going to be good for you, helpful. Imagine, yeah, they connect with you through the third eye. For some of you, if you kind of start to daydream, that's when they connect with you. That's when you receive the messages. Also, when you allow yourself to imagine what life could be. When you open yourself up to possibility. See what we have with the romance angels. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yeah, this is confirmation for some of you that the person that you are thinking about is your divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, whatever you want to call it. And you deserve love. You are lovable. One of the messages that they have for you is that you are lovable. But I'm also getting that it's much more than that. It's when you are feeling confident, when you are feeling like you are worth it, when you are feeling good about yourself, when you are taking care about yourself, when you are taking care of yourself. Sorry, Mercury retrograde. But when you are in your element, doing your thing, when you know your worth, when you understand that you are lovable, that you deserve love, that you deserve the best, when you are focused on what brings you joy, what brings you love, what brings you that sense of purpose and willpower and confidence, That's when they start to communicate. That's also when their messages start to come in. And I do feel that they send you encouraging messages from time to time. It's almost like you can do it. You got this. Let's see what we have here. Release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. And then we have spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. And finally, denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. Okay. So, pile number 2. With release, right? Allowing. That tower. That tower is about the unexpected, allowing things to happen. Spiritual lesson. I do believe there was a spiritual lesson that you are currently learning. And I do believe that this person has taught you one if you already know them, or will be teaching you one if you have yet to meet them. And with denial here, there's something that needs to be seen for what it is. I may have to clarify this. What are you? Because we have the actress there as well. For some of you, what needs to be seen is exactly who you are, where you are at, how you are feeling, being honest with yourself. Let's take a look at these messages. So I picked these as messages from your person to you. They're not going to resonate with everyone because they're going to be very specific. So take it if it resonates. If it does not, leave it behind. Not in this lifetime. We're going to talk about that in a minute. An ocean of lifetimes. In the end, I only find home with you. For some of you, you've been doing this for quite a few lifetimes. And I am very protective over you and our union. So let's start from the right. With I am very protective over you and our union, if you know who this person is, they, even if you are not together, even if you are in separation, they kind of keep an eye on things. They are kind of checking in with you. They kind of like to make sure that you're doing well. They also feel a little bit overprotective of you and of what could be, even though I feel like for some of them, they're not kind of taking any action to be with you. But you may hear from them, especially if you are, like if you're considering moving on, or if you're considering like maybe this is not the person for me, they may send a sign like, yeah, I'm here. Now, obviously, free will, take that as you will. If you decide that this is not the person for you, that you're not going to wait, that you don't want to connect with them, do what you need to do. Now, with an ocean of lifetimes, in the end, I only find home with you, and this not in this lifetime. For some of you, you've lived lifetimes where you were not meant to be together. And because of that memory, of that soul memory, some of you feel like in this lifetime, something is not going to come together, whether it's this connection and you know who this is, or you don't know who this is and you just feel like you're going to end up alone, or you're never going to meet the person that you want or what you're looking for. So this is a reminder that there is someone out there for you. And this is also confirmation for some of you that you've lived many lifetimes with this person. So take that as it resonates. But pile number 2, that is all I have for you today. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, sending you so much love, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to this pink flower. I'm going to put that somewhere over there. And as a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we're going to start by looking at the 2 people involved in this connection. So this is going to be signs your twin flame sends to you when it's time, to communicate with you. And we're also going to get some messages, but we're going to look at the 2 people involved just so that you can make sure that this message is for you. So if you don't resonate with this person or this person, this is probably not the reading for you. So let's get started here. And then we have, first one is confined. Very interesting. Second card is deer. So we have this person that's a deer with the confined card. And then we have appreciation and the moth. Okay, very interesting. So let's start with our dear confined person, because this is quite the interesting combination here, because deers are typically pretty free, right? They are typically able to they typically run in the wild, and they typically are free. They are not typically kept confined in any way, but we have quite the contrast there happening to begin with. So we have the deer being represented by the element of earth, and the deer is about grace. It's about diplomacy. It's about um, intuition. It's the divine feminine. It's a connection to the divine feminine, a connection to the mother archetype. It's, compassion, nurturing. It's a very soft, I don't know if the correct word would be soft, but it's a very gentle animal. It's an animal that is typically on the side of, being prey instead of predator. It's an animal that has to be very aware and careful of its surroundings. And, when I say that this is connected to the divine feminine, it's regardless of gender. I am not speaking of how you identify in your gender, just we all have divine feminine, divine masculine, and the deer is very much connected to the divine feminine and the mother archetype. So the deer is all about creativity, intuition. It's about nurturing, it's about softness, it's about gentleness, it's about compassion, gracefulness, right? But then we have this, confined card here. And it's a card that speaks of feeling trapped. And what we see in this card is Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And she has kind of grown and she's confined in that house. And we see that scene play out often. And it speaks to her feeling trapped, to her not being able to feel free. So it's kind of the sense for this person that this person seeks freedom. They seek feeling liberated. They seek feeling like they can do whatever it is that they want to do, but at the same time feeling confined. And for my dear confined person, this confinement is mental. This confinement is that seeking of adventure, seeking of more, seeking of expansion, but not feeling like they can attain it. And for many, whether this is you or your person, it's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing. So with my dear person, there's kind of this struggle here that comes up for them of I have so many plans, I have so many things that I want to do, but I don't necessarily feel like I can do them. I don't feel like I have help. I feel like things are happening to me, not for me. I don't feel like I'm in control. And, for some of the dear people, or the dear person, I should say, it's feeling like they can't be free to be who they are. Like they can't be free to express themselves. So there may be feelings of isolation, of being alone, of feeling like an outsider, of feeling misunderstood, of kind of going through fears and not feeling like they can express themselves freely. So it's someone that is feeling trapped within themselves, and that can be a very hard feeling. Now, I want to talk about my moth appreciation person, because the moth is all about impulsivity. It's a very dreamy energy, but it's also an energy that can be rather restless. It's an energy that's constantly also seeking something. So it's very interesting because we do see that kind of those similar points here. And with the moth, fire energy. It's very enthusiastic, very whimsical, very on to the next thing. So the moth can have, this is someone who can have trouble when it comes to committing, when it comes to committing and dedicating themselves to one thing or one person or one idea, one belief system. It's kind of that energy of, I can see many different ways of doing things. I can see many different perspectives. So I kind of just go about and want to explore it all. So it's very hard for this moth person, appreciation person at times, to truly ground their energy long enough to see something all the way through. So that could definitely play out in relationships for the moth person, where they're very complex and they're very much seeking adventure, and they're seeking spontaneity to the point where even though they find something that's worth them staying or sticking around, or it's worth them, I even want to say it's worth them settling down, it can be hard for them to do so, because it's always that thought of, but what's next? So this is someone who can have a lot of disappointments when it comes to seeing things through, because once the excitement is gone, the moth person tends to be gone as well. They tend to kind of have very fleeting interest, which can lead to burnout as well if they're constantly on the go, constantly trying to find the next thing. So the moth person, they're kind of drawn to certain environments, to certain ways of doing things, but they're not always drawn to those ways for a very long time. And with appreciation, it's someone who can appreciate just about anything, right? They can appreciate the beauty in just about everything, but because of that, it's so hard again for that commitment to take place. Very interesting energies so far. Let's see here. So let's see here what the signs are. What are the signs when that this person sends? So Knight of Swords, yeah, again, that fast moving energy. King of Wands, I will say for most of you, my viewer, you are the deer confined person, the person that you're inquiring about, or the twin flame, or soulmate, counterpart, whatever you want to call it, is going to be this moth person. Knight of Pentacles. The Empress. So we are seeing that divine feminine coming in. The Emperor. So definitely some twin flames here. We are seeing that. And then we have Nine of Cups. So for my pile number threes, the signs that come to you that this person is trying to communicate. Some of you are receiving signs of things that you need to do. So action-based, right? Kind of a calling to do something, a calling to move forward, to take action on something. For some of you, this comes through ideas. This comes through things that you want to explore more of, ideas that you want to kind of take to the next step, creative ideas, ideas for the future, ideas for setting foundations, prioritizing. It also comes through ideas of self-care, of things that you need to do for yourself. This person definitely communicates with you when it comes to your passions, your creativity, and the foundations that you are setting for the future. This person also communicates with you through ideas about things that you can do to feel more confident and to take care of yourself more. I do feel for most of you, you know who this person is. You've already met them, you know who they are. And like I said, for many of you, they're going to be this moth person. They're going to be this person that's kind of very elusive almost. They're on the go. They're kind of hard to pinpoint. And they're doing their own thing, and they're enjoying doing their own thing. And for some of them, their higher self wants you to free yourself from this confinement, free yourself from this idea of how life should unfold and what you can and cannot do. And part of the reason some of them are coming into your life, or they've come into your life, is to teach you that you can free yourself, that you can liberate yourself from certain ways of doing things and certain ways of being, that you can fulfill your wishes, that you can co-create the life that you want, especially with the Empress there. The Empress is co-creation. It's creating what you want and living the life that you want. Because my dear confined person is a free soul, is someone who's meant to live life and express themselves. But for some reason, it's that energy of confinement that is around them. And for some, it's because of what you were taught growing up. And again, I feel most of you are going to be the dear confined person. And this person was meant to teach you how to appreciate the little things, how to connect with, with the beauty of life. Let's see what we have here as far as astrology, because this This is an interesting connection so far. Yeah, fifth house creativity. They definitely connect with you when you are in your element of creativity, when you are working on something that you are passionate about. They may send you ideas. Their higher self is definitely sending you ideas. It's almost encouragement to go after certain creative endeavors. For some of you, you have ideas about the future that you want to create, and it's something like a business or some sort of project that can take its roots, and their higher self kind of comes in and encourages you. For some of you, they come in to encourage you when you are writing and when you are setting your goals. Also, when you get stuck in a rut and you don't know what to do, their communication comes in then. Eighth house with endings and beginnings, and that is Scorpio energy. Yeah, for some of you, it's when you're stuck in a rut, when you are feeling stuck, when you're feeling like you can't find a way out, when you are feeling confined, when you are feeling like there's nothing to be done, like you don't know what the next step is. So it's interesting. It's almost like this person may come in and they may message you around that time, or they may reach out around that time. Or it could be from the higher self that you're getting information. But it's usually when there's kind of a sense of hopelessness that this person tends to reach out. Let's see what a message from them is. Friendship. Bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter, understanding too. For some of you, this person offered you a friendship. They, at this time, cannot offer anything more, and they have offered you a friendship. Some of you took it, some of you did not because you wanted more. And that offer for some of you pushed you towards change. It pushed you towards creating change in your life and towards freeing yourself. But it does feel that for many of you, this is very much based on friendship and, kind of a connection that's based on, there's love here, but there's also almost that offer of friendship, offer of, for some of you, if this was a relationship at some point, it ended and a friendship was offered in its place. I feel like I said, for most of you, you are the deer and it's the moth. And I feel like this moth person, they have a lot of love for you, but they also know that they can't give you what you want at this time. Let's see what we have with numerology. So far, this is very interesting energy. Karmic completion. Yeah, there's some, again, that closing of a cycle, because we have the eighth house, Scorpio, endings and beginnings, which is karma, right? Something closing, something beginning. And Scorpio is a very karmic energy. And we have here 8, manifestation. They are definitely with you when you're trying to manifest, when you're trying to set down some roots. You could be seeing 1010 or 111. It could be 888. Some of you 555 or 333. They may communicate with you through numbers. I am getting a lot of numbers for this pile, so they can send numbers your way when they're trying to communicate, send you signs. But right now, it feels like this person is mostly encouraging you to focus on what you're trying to manifest, focus on yourself, find your passions. And there was some sort of completion here that happened for both of you. And like I said, for some of you, you were in a relationship and it came to an end. And that karmic portion of it is closed. And there's an opportunity for more, but there is free will at play. And I will say, whoever this moth person is, I don't think they're ready for more just yet. Destruction, tower moment, unexpected change, new opportunities. Yeah, there was that change there. That closing of something, that karmic completion, that ending. Some of you, it was a relationship. Stuck, block, third party, silence, barrier, shift your focus to clear your energy. For some of you, you are definitely in no communication at this time. And again, this person's higher self, this person themselves come in when you are feeling stuck, when you are feeling like there's nowhere to go. Yes, the answer to your question is yes. So if you were wondering something, the answer is yes. For some of you, you've been wondering if you made it all up. No, you did not. Is this a spiritual connection? It absolutely is. It may just not be unfolding in the way that you'd like, but it's definitely a spiritual connection that was meant to move you forward. And I think it has been helping you to move forward. Let's see what we have with the oracle here. Loyal heart. Again, that sense of friendship, that sense of we're connected, we're friends, I'm here for you. But I'm not getting so much of the romantic aspect at this time, at least. Look at this, not for you. This person helps you realize that certain things are not meant for you. I also feel like at some point you felt like this person was not for you, or they felt that they were not for you, or you were not for them. Like it feels like this had a romantic start or a romantic point, but it's kind of reached the point of friendship, at least for now. And I do feel it's more of this moth person, whether this is you or your person, but they seem to be running the show and they seem to know that right now is not the time. And I really do feel that it's not them trying to hurt you, it's the opposite. They know what they can and cannot offer at this time, or what they can and cannot or are not willing to offer at this time. Let's take a look at the romance angels. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah. And this does not mean that you have to sit around and not live your life. It just means that this may be something that has to unfold over time. And right now is not the right timing for this to come together in romance. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So for some of you, deciding whether you want to open yourself up to finding love with someone else, but at the very least, being open to love. For some of you, considering whether you want this friendship or not, because I do feel that you've been offered a friendship. And it's up to you if you want to accept it or not, or if you want to just say, right now I would rather just not communicate. I would rather just not go down this path of friendship. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. So there is that opportunity for unhealed wounds on both sides to be dealt with. I think for the moth person, it's learning how to settle down. And for the deer person, it's actually quite the opposite. It's learning how to take flight. So very interesting energies, because there are certain things mirroring, but it's mirroring the opposite, right? And that's what mirroring is. When you look at the mirror effect, it's the exact opposite. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you move forward. So, forgiveness in whatever role you thought you played in this or they played in this, because I think for many of you, it was meant to unfold in this way. It was meant for you to get to know this person so that then you can learn what you want more of in your life or what you want less of in your life, and you can move forward and create that. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. I have to say it because I see it. For some of you, there is a third party. There could be that they're in a connection, you're in a connection, someone has moved on, or it could be something getting in the way, such as distance or responsibilities. But for some of you, there is a third party, as far as perhaps they are currently with someone, or you are, or there's someone around that could be a mother, father, family member, could be a job, could be another romantic person. Take it as it resonates. You will know if this message is for you. So if you are not aware of anyone else, that message is not for you. So I picked these 3 cards as far as messages from them to you. They're not going to apply for everyone, so take them only if they resonate. I see signs about you all the time. And I do think that just as they send you signs, your higher self sends them signs, and that they are aware of your presence in their life. And that's why I think that they think of you and they send you communication in return. Stop running from yourself. Yeah, for this pile, it's almost like you're at the point of doing some inner work on yourself, focusing on yourself so that you can clear blockages and move forward. And that's why they're saying stop running from yourself. Deal with what needs to be dealt with. Worry about you. Focus on you. Do what you need to do. Work on your Emperor energy. And we will get answers soon. So for some of you, there's communication coming soon where you're going to be able to communicate, talk it out, figure out where you are, where you're headed. For others of you, you know, answers as far as to where this is going, if anywhere. What do you want out of this? Because I feel like there is some confusion for this pile as far as where are we going and where do I want this to go on both sides. For some of you, work with the snake as a spirit animal, as a spirit totem, as a totem animal, I should say, and work with the moon cycles. I'm also getting Archangel Raphael and Goddess Brigid for this pile. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know what you'd like to see next, and if you'd like to book a personal reading, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.